Hey YouTube, Fiend's Legacy. Wanted to get back into what my YouTube channel was intended to be when I started it, and start doing some reviews, and started with knives. I'd like to maybe get into computer and mobile equipment. If anybody's interested, go ahead and let me know in the comments if that's something you guys would care to see as well. But today we're going to kick this off with a review of the ZT 561 and also the 560. The reason that I'm doing both is I had to purchase both. When I got the 560, I loved it so much I wanted an installed spare, so that if anything ever happened to the one that I carry, I would still have one. And so that was the 561. There's a couple of differences, and I'll bring out the 560 in a second. The color, obviously the 560 is black, and the 561, if I remember correctly, comes in sage or coyote brown. And of course, then this is the box that they come in with documentation. You have a silica desiccant in your bubble wrap package. Okay, and here's my 560 and 561. Okay, couple of differences. The finish on the 560, of course, this one's a little bit older. And my understanding is they changed a couple of production practices later on. The titanium has a little bit of a matte finish to it. It's shinier on the later ones. The texturing, the surface texture of the G10 on these is about the same, but the detent on this is much more, I don't want to say stronger, but it's just much more precise. It holds it in place to exactly the right tension on the flipper, and then the blade goes flying open. That's what I would prefer on the 561, which is the one that I carry normally. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and I'll go ahead and do my review on the 561, and then I'll have a OCD fit and clean both of these of fingerprints and dust and whatnot. One of the things I really love about this is that it's got a rounded cross section. So it's already fairly thin, but then it makes it much more comfortable in the pocket and the hand to have this rounded cross section to it. And I hope that's staying in focus. Another thing, there's so many things to like about this knife. One being a flipper. I definitely like that method of actuation. 4-point clip, right, left, up, down, and then pillar construction is very nice. Another very, very nice feature of this is, if you look here, you have a quote-unquote G10 side, but there's actually structural titanium underneath it, and then that's been milled out for weight, so it's just awesome. I love how they did that. This stop pin back here is actually just a closed stop pin. The open stop pin is this pin that's press fit through, and it's only resting on titanium. This sits out maybe a couple thousandths of an inch, the titanium on this side, and then it contacts the titanium on this side. Elmax steel, again, I probably kind of glossed over the materials and whatnot, but it's a Elmax G10 titanium. Okay, nice large beefy hardware on the over travel stop, the hinder lock stabilizer, whatever you want to call it. Decent sized pivot. Of course, it's seated in other metal, so It doesn't have to be huge to get a lot of leverage. Okay. Let's see what else. If you look at the way the lock is cut, it's very, very close, so it doesn't allow for a lot of travel when you're torquing the knife, or transverse force on the lock, or when you're disengaging the lock. Okay, so this is a great knife. 2 knocks I'll give it, and I'm very interested in the 562, I believe it is, that was announced at the SHOT Show, because of this first knock that I'm going to give it. I would like a narrower grind, or higher, or something. I still love the knife, love carrying it, but I like, the more useful as a knife, the better. I don't need to be able to pry my paint cans open with them or nothing like that. I just need to cut stuff. And some of my other videos, I think I mentioned that my litmus test for cutting is, can I cut cheese with it? Can it effectively go through and cut me off a slice of cheese? So that's how I test for that. So that's one thing, is just the grind on that's a little low for perfection. Again, I think this is what a Strider should be, as far as the refinements on that great design. And so these are just nitpicks, and I qualify them as such. So the second and last one, when this is in your pocket, if you don't have fairly sturdy material in your pants, this thing is not keeping in focus, and I apologize. If you don't have fairly sturdy material in your pants and it's capable of getting in this large gap at the end, that point can rip right through it. Has happened to me. Had to scrap some pants for work. However, in that is kind of a plus, that I can wear this knife. It's pretty substantial, it's pretty heavy, but I can still wear it in very thin, breathable work pants. Okay, stuff that I can wear to meetings and things like that. It carries just fine. It rides very, very low. Okay, and so it's a great knife. I really like it. I'm extremely interested to see what's coming from the 5.62. I gotta apologize after the fact about the lighting. Have a master's degree student downstairs writing a paper, so I am in the bedroom, the secondary shooting location here. Okay, I just wanted to give people, for those who don't have one, haven't held one, size comparison. Much beefier, but comparable in size, and pretty much due to length, I would say, with the Rat 1. Okay, it's maybe a ½ inch longer overall. Okay, if you overlay that, it's about a ¼ inch blade and a ¼ inch handle. Okay, but definitely a lot heavier, more substantial, thicker, but not to the point of being uncomfortably or burden or a burden in by virtue of being bulky. So ZT 560, 561, Fiend's Legacy, out.